Hi everyone, welcome to CCA live webinar. Myself Harmeet Saini, a CCA registered migration agent. In today's webinar, I'm going to discuss the strategies and planning after selection of regional cap, especially for the subclass 491 visas, and also how to adjust the visa pathway strategy accordingly. So main agenda of today's seminar is the cap slashing policy shift, the point inflation and pivot streams, what strategy and visa subclass we can target, and Mara playbook means we're advising the timelines, the Smith levels, and other strategies to move forward with this seats allocation cap. So, as we are aware, for this financial year, which has already been started from July 2026, the total national planning level remains capped at 185,000, similar to the last financial year. So, retaining a strict 70-30 skill to family ratio. Even though the total pool is identical as the last financial year, but still a massive reallocation of slots from regional point tested route to employer sponsored visas categories. So relocation is designed to decrease immigration pressure while satisfying high productivity high productive labor shortages. Uh, so if we talk about visa subclass 491, which is a regional provisional visa and special, it is a state nominated visa, and the state gives extra 15 allocation nomination points under this visa subclass category. So if we go on the stat for this visa subclass in the last financial year, the total number of seats allocation was 33,000 allocated to various states across Australia, but surprisingly, it is for this financial year 2026-2027, this seats allocation slashed to just 14,110 places, which is a massive 57.3% drop compared to the last financial year. So this marks the deepest cut in regional point tested migration pathways in Australian modern history. So it's a big slash of seat allocation which happening first time. Uh, so the point thresholds are mathematically certain to spike due to the fewer available nomination certificates. Every state and territory will receive extremely limited subclass 491 regional quotas and causing high restricted ROI rounds. So especially those people who targeting this visa subclass 491, so because of the seats allocation in the coming financial year, so most of the state will get very limited seats for visa subclass 491. uh, so and the candidate currently holding 491 EOIs, they cannot rely solely on this regional safety net. They must transition and also seek for another alternative visa pathways as well, um, because it's going to be highly competitive in the next invitation rounds. Uh, if we talk about employer sponsored visas, 186 or 482, so in employer visa categories, the seats are increased for this coming financial year. So from the last year it was 44,000, which is increased to 58,040 places for 2026-2027 financial year program. So which is again a big jump we can see under this category. uh, And also, the next point we have taken into mind that the government is going to allocate 70% seat allocation towards the onshore applicants. So, priority is designed to convert local graduates, temporary 482 workers, and onshore 485 visa holders into permanent residency under this quarterly allocation. So only just 50,000, slots are left for offshore candidates across all skilled categories, raising criteria for offshore applicants. So means government is going to give more priorities to their local residents who are currently working and contributing towards the Australian economy. So look at the stat. You can see that if we talk about employer sponsor visa 482 186, so the seat allocation that's clearly indicating that 44,000 places they are going to increase this allocation to 58,040, which is approximately 32% increase from the last financial year. Uh, if we talk about state nominated 190 visa, so 33,000 places from the last financial year, they're going to increase 7.5%, and the total seats allocation would be 35,500 from July onwards. And similarly, the 198 category, the skill independent visa, they also increase the seats under this category. So 24.7% is also again a big increase. So last year the seats were 16,900, but this year they increased 21,090 places. And the first invitation round for this visa subclass already been declared by the federal government. They're going to do it in the end of September, 30th September 2026. So if you are targeting 189, your occupation falls under MLT SSL list. So it's better to update your EOI accordingly. All your English test, your skill assessment, everything must be updated by then. And the major drop, that also the main target of this webinar, is the subclass 491 visa. So last year the 491 seats allocation was 33,000, which is dropped to 1,400 places this year, which is a big significant drop of 57.3%. So it is a big figure. So be careful, those who are targeting 491 for the coming financial year, they also have to seek some alternative visa pathway as well as a backup. So if we analyze point inflation in 2026 and 2027, the legal minimum of 65 points remain active, but competitive round are expected to clear at 85 to 105 plus points for most skill areas. And the 15-point regional bonus is highly attractive but highly constrained due to limited regional visa seats. Elevating your score from proficient to superior is mandatory to survive from the current pool, because the point competition is going to be very, very high, like we have already seen in the last financial year. So the main pivot rule, if we have to overcome this strategy, you have to seek some alternative pathway. The main the pivot rule is to seek employer sponsorship if you are working in Australia in terms of subclass 482 and 186. So for the experience, there are some experience requirement for these visa subclasses. So requires a minimum of 1 year of full-time experience if you're going to target subclass 482 visa, or 3 year of work experience is required for 186 visa if you're going to choose direct entry stream. Otherwise you can choose 482 and then transit to 186 as well after getting 482 for 2 years, then you can get another sponsorship for 186 visa on the TRT street. And another important update is the TASMIT. So sponsoring employer must compile with the current index TASMIT, which salary floor of 79,499, which is inclusive of GST. So bypass certain unpredictable invitation round, replacing competition point round with a structured employer-led pathway. So this is quite important if you are waiting for the invitation and your points are not meeting the competitive level. So better to seek these visa options. Another alternative second route is subclass 190. You can target this visa subclass as well. So subclass 190 delivers immediate unconditional permanent residency upon approval, plus an extra 5 points for state nomination. So the stream points they boost to 35,000 places for the coming financial year. And more another another important for the onshore applicants is that states are highly prioritizing applicants are already residing in their jurisdiction. So working locally and contributing to the local community, so that is quite important to nominate under this visa subclass. Mhm. But you have to make sure that your local work experience detail, your residence history, and registered ORE profiles are completely up to date if you're seeking this visa subclass. Uh, so if you talk about with different states, so if in Western Australia, so this state highly prioritizing building, construction, and manufacturing trades under their target priority list. Uh, they targeted the same priority occupation in the last financial year and going supposed to going to do so in the next financial year as well. And if you living working in Victoria, so Victoria usually targeting clean energy, advanced healthcare, and specialized trade occupation, including IT and other engineering occupations as well. New South Wales, the prioritizing candidates with established local regional residency of 6 months or over. So means those who are living and working in New South Wales and working with the same employer from at least 6 months and getting a salary meeting the Tasmith level of salary range as well. So they're going to prioritize such candidates and continue to do so in this financial year as well. And South Australia, they mainly uh, clear pathways for long-term international trades and business graduates and IT sectors as well in the regional areas, and they're going to promote the health workers as well. The third category you can target if your occupation falls in MLTSSL list. So the visa subclass 189, which is a skilled independent visa. So this offer complete freedom to live and work anywhere across Australia from day one. And invitation are drawn directly by the federal government based entirely on the point score. So more points you have, there are more chances to get the invitation for 189. Simple as that. They don't target the all the factors like your work experience, your residential history, or your partner, anything. So, but state governments are these factor contributes for the state nomination, but in the federal nomination, the main criteria is your points. Higher points means higher chances of getting the invitation. And the trade and technical qualification must reside on medium and long-term strategic list to remain eligible under this visa subclass. So those were the main pivot technology strategies you can plan according to the seat allocation, especially the restriction of less seats allocated under subclass 491. So these three categories you can adopt that were discussed. And if you seeking employer sponsorship, then it's very important that your employer had to meet the TASMIT level, which is raised from 1st of July 2026, which is currently applicable now is 79,499 salary. So employer has to maintain this requirement for if they're going to sponsor you. And also, one important factor when considering employer sponsor visa subclass is the employer they offered salary must match the actual market rate of an equivalent Australian worker in that specific geographic region. So whatever state you're living in and whatever region your business is located, so according to that area and the market rate. So this rule is highly audited by the Department of Home Affairs to prevent systematic wage exploitation. So, so, so the main thing is, so employer have to take care, or you also have to take care about this criteria, that you fall under this criteria, meeting the criteria very well to remain sponsor and to for the successful outcome of your visa subclass under employer sponsorship stream. And another important update is regarding the point test reform. The government specifies that they are still working on it, and probably they'll be going to implement the new point test reform from next financial year from 1st of July 2027. Uh, the Australian government has confirmed a major point test overall to launch, but they're probably going to launch from the next financial year. The 2026-2027 financial year is the final opportunity to utilize the current familiar point system, and which is going to reform from next year's. But yeah, you have to follow the same rules for these financial years, which are already targeting. So now, if you have any question regarding your eligibility and you are still waiting for your regional subclass 491 invitation, and any other question regarding your state nomination and planning strategy for PR pathway, please do contact us or book a free consultation with our migration agent. So you can directly call us or contact us on our Facebook page or on our we can do assessment online as well, or you can call our number directly or send us the WhatsApp message or normal messages on my number. So my direct number is also displayed on the screen, which is 0451369851, or you can send your queries to our email info@cca.com.au as well. So thank you so much. If you have any question, please let us know, and we are here to help you and to find out the best possible alternative for your PR strategies. Thank you so much, and thanks for your time today.